First, role or importance. First, role or importance. Formulation of economic policies. Formulation of economic policy. Now, can you please tell me economic policies या फिर government policies overall जब बात करते हैं, does government form policy for an individual person or individual organization? Does government do it on individual basis? No, not at all. Whenever government formulates the policy formulation is for entire economy. Hold on, I'm taking up a turn. Okay, so the policy formulation is done by the government for the entire economy. And not for a single individual or for an individual organization. It is formed for all the people at one single time. Thus, it is a macroeconomic part. That policy formulation, it is useful for policy formulation. फिर दूसरा part, understanding economic problems. Macroeconomics is useful to understand economic problems like poverty, unemployment, illiteracy, population, etc. They are the basic economic problems, and it is very useful for understanding those economic problems. So macroeconomics is useful to understand all those problems. तीसरा, international trade and relations. International trade and relations. I would say macroeconomics is useful for understanding international trade as well as international relations, how we are maintaining relations with the rest of the world. Now, for a minute, you may have problem. I'm just moving up into, no, not break, moving up into my residence. तो वहाँ पे चेंज ओवर हो जाएगा फ्रॉम मोबाइल डेटा नेटवर्क टू वाईफाई नेटवर्क। Okay, am I audible now? Let me know. Can you hear me now? Okay. मैं मेरे दूसरे सिस्टम से लॉग आउट हो गया हूँ. Let me just log in into the other system so that I can view your messages.
पढ़ाई के लिए मेहनत तो सब करते हैं, लेकिन स्मार्ट स्टडी कौन करता है? प्री एग्जाम ऐप के साथ बनाइए अपनी तैयारी सुपर स्मार्ट। प्री एग्जाम ऐप देता है वाइड रेंज के एग्जाम्स की तैयारी, जैसे जी, नीट, कैट, सीए फाउंडेशन, सीएस सीट, बैंकिंग, रेलवे, एसएससी एमबीए एंट्रेंस, SYJC कॉम, TYB कॉम और भी बहुत कुछ। चैप्टर वाइज टेस्ट्स एंड मॉक टेस्ट्स, डिटेल्ड परफॉर्मेंस एनालिसिस, और अब तैयारी होगी एकदम परफेक्ट। कहीं भी कभी भी पढ़ाई करें और एक विशाल क्वेश्चन बैंक आपकी तैयारी को बनाए आसान। इंस्टेंट इवैल्यूएशन से तुरंत जानिए अपनी परफॉर्मेंस और पाएं पर्सनलाइज्ड फीडबैक। तो अब देरी किस बात की? प्री एग्जाम ऐप डाउनलोड करें और अपने नाम से रजिस्टर्ड करें और एक विशाल क्वेश्चन बैंक बिल्कुल फ्री और अपनी सफलता की कहानी लिखें। लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में है। प्री एग्जाम ऐप स्मार्ट तैयारी का साथी।
Okay, useful for international trade and international relations. Then, next important aspect of macroeconomics. Economic fluctuation. Economic fluctuation. I would say macroeconomics is very useful to understand and analyze. Very useful to understand and analyze the economic fluctuation in entire economy. अभी economic fluctuations बोल दिया मतलब I can say ups and downs in the economy. Ups and downs in an economy. जिसको local language में when it is up we call it as तेजी, and when it is down we call it as मंदी. ऐसे कुछ routine words आपने study किए. Have you come across such type of routine words? तो वो क्यों हो रहा है, ups and downs क्यों हो रहा है, वो समझने के लिए अपने लिए मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स यूजफुल. Then national income. See, macroeconomics is useful to understand how a national income is generated and how it is utilized. How it is generated and how it is utilized. पूरे country की इनकम की बात की जा रही है. So it is definitely a macroeconomic concept. So it helps us to understand national income. अभी बराबर है ना? Check now. The next important aspect is economic development. Economic development. देखो थोड़ी देर पहले मैंने आपको क्या बताया था that it helps us to understand the problems. What type of problems it helps us to understand? It helps to understand what type of problems. अभी ऐसे मत बोलना economic problems. Unemployment, population, inequality, etc., etc. So it not only helps to understand the problem, but it also provides suggestions. But it also provides suggestions that how those problems can be solved. मुझको मेरे ईयरफोन्स में एकदम क्लियर सुनाई दे रहा है. Hold on, I'm re-logging.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
Hello. Is it now clearly audible? So as I said, that macroeconomics not only helps us to understand the problem, but also it helps us to solve the problem. Not only understanding the problem, but it also helps to solve the problem. अभी अब problem solve करने के लिए कैसे help करता है? So it will provide suggestions. It will provide suggestions कि हाँ ये problem है तो इसको ऐसे solve किया जा सकता है. And उनके suggestions के ऊपर base government will form economic policies. The next one, study of macroeconomic variables. Study of macroeconomic variables. See, macroeconomics is very useful to study macroeconomic variables like total employment, national income, and so on. And last one, level of employment. Level of employment. Macroeconomics will help us to understand the level of employment in an economy. Not only employment, but it will also help us to understand national output, that is output of the entire country. और यहाँ पे आपका मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स पार्ट कंप्लीट हो गया. I give you 5 minutes time to go through chapter number 1 in your government textbook. Chapter number 1 in government textbook, an introduction to macro and microeconomics. उसको go through करो और उससे रिलेटेड कुछ भी डाउट है तो पूछो. आपको डाउट रहेगा, आई एम 100% कॉन्फिडेंट बिकॉज यू आर वेरी स्मार्ट. और उसके बाद में मुझको कुछ डाउट है वो मैं पूछता हूँ. वो मैं पूछूंगा तब पता चलेगा मुझको क्या क्या डाउट्स है वो. Okay, your 5 minutes time starts now.
You are currently the only person in this conference.